Hello, everybody, and you're very welcome to this place with us at Narc Con, myself and Remy. This is initially for channel members, this poem that one of my sons wrote, not related to the channel at all, but he sent it to us, and I just thought it would be very apt in relation to narcissism. And I am releasing this to the whole channel because I did promise that initially. Normally, with the channel membership, and if anybody wants to join, there is a link in the description. I will share some more kind of personal things for the smaller group. But I have promised this on a podcast I did in relation to narcissism is being normalized at the moment. So the evil of narcissism is normalized. So this long promised poem, I will read it out in two parts and see what you think. But in relation to our families and how this person who's in my family started writing poetry, I think when I was thinking about it, it's quite pertinent that we remember who we are and we remember our identities and we remember what's important to us. Because as we all know, the narcissist works really hard on eroding our identities, because by doing so, they can establish us as just part of them, as an appendix of them, and they can try and indoctrinate their moral values and their identity upon us. So we're just there to serve and provide narcissistic supply to them. So this guy, we used to go to family events at Christmas. We used to have a family gathering, and on my father's side there was 7 children in the family, which in those days was fairly typical of Irish families for anyone who's interested in the culture. And my grandfather was a farmer, and he was a huge big man. He was, I think, God, he was over 6'5", I think, and a big stature of a man. And his favourite poem or favourite song, which he used to sing, we all used to have to do a party piece. I hope this isn't too much sharing for you, but it's important, I think, to share our identities. So I'll do it for what it's worth. So everybody would have to do whatever they could do, whether it's a dance, recite a poem, or sing. And he would sing Down by the Sally Gardens every year. He loved that poem by William Butler Yeats, the great Irish poet. So my son asked me about his great-grandpa's poem and who wrote it. And at the age of 7, he requested a poetry book as his birthday present by W.B. Yeats. He has been writing a little bit of poetry every now and again. He has a different job, which is totally on-poetry related. But, you know, every now and again, he will write maybe once every 2 years. And he sent this to our family group, and I thought it was pretty pertinent and a reflection of what he's experiencing in society today. And it does definitely delve into the question of narcissism and how narcissists live in the world. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not going to give the title, but I'm just going to give the body of the poem, and I think you'll know what it's about. This is not normal. This is not leadership. Not a profile in courage, not caring, not conservative. This is the pollution of ideals, the terror of the commons trickling down from avaricious heights. Might making wrong right? White faces sneering at rainbow flags. Courageous culture warriors braying hatred in loud voices from hard hearts. The courage of the craven. Callous suits claiming common cause with calloused hands, making a cuckold of complexity. Intelligence a sin only fit for boast. Hard problems fumbled by rapacious minds. This is the urgency of bottled anger let loose by cast of vote, into the unsteadiness of tiny hands gripping power. vanity by executive feat, a tyranny of self-interest, not making us more safe or more strong or more righteous or more tired of victory. This weakening of collective character, made quicker by participation and easier by silence. It is not what we teach our children or who we raise them to be. This freedom of fealty, the integrity only of loyalty, vengeance, not justice, plain spoken but not for the common good. Virtue preached from the Book of X by merchants selling hate. This is the least amongst us hurting the most. Most of us caring little, doing less, the sorry fecklessness of acquiescence, this fearful quiet answering other people's pain. Tremulous hearts in throats, heads buried in hands, tongues clicking but held in check. Solemn, disbelieving exclamations made in private company, the polite disdain of widened eyes, rolled up in cold comfort, the salty solace of pent-up tears, bottled fears. The woken put to sleep, enervated in defeat, the rolling misery of proud, not pride, the mendacity of boys, not men. Just coming to the second part now. Him, not her, not they, only them. Saluting, but not salutary. Preening and pugnacious. Rejected, if not now, then when? This is the untidiness of elections, limiting choice to one from two or none. This is the madness of believing him or not believing him, or the shame of choosing him because he wasn't her. Cozened by the peddling of great gaudy promises, lemons by any other name, glibly sold and bitter. This is the prize of our apathy, a culture more concerned with hating or having than with helping. People of good conscience saying nothing or doing nothing or feeling that they are nothing. Moved to stand or speak when there is something to gain or nothing to lose. Character only when no one is watching. Principles held loudly in peace, but quiet now. Amid the terrible velocity of change in the wrong direction, amid the faltering courage of our convictions. This is making means the social measure of our worth, a society of people apart. This is school funding based on zip code, charitable deductions over charitable works. This is wealth inequality and information asymmetry, the promotion of big gulp over big government. The leadership of small men casting stones, pointing fingers, placing blame. This is the buck never stopping, the checks not working, and the news not helping. Sundered structures aged in complacence and worn too quickly by change. A rudderless opposition, impelled only by the rhetoric of resistance, chastened to regroup, to reflect, to reframe, but not to lead. Reason given way to doubt, timorous voices asking what to do and who will do it. A country in decline and a people in denial. Legitimacy to govern by the governed given license to rule. This is what we choose to accept in words unspoken and hands unspoiled. History will not be kind, counting our connivance and indifference just the same. These few words are not much, not enough. Not silence. This is not normal. And that's it, my friends. So one young man speaking out, that's when a strong sense of the world gone wrong is having a deep effect on so many people. And it's the outer reach of narcissism and the normalcy of a narcissism being accepted by society, and also fearing that we can't make a difference when we can in our daily lives, in the smallest of tasks. We make choices, hundreds of choices every day, and we can choose to do something small or medium or big. We have one life, and we have the right to live it the way we choose to live it, where it doesn't hurt other people. So you have the right to leave a narcissist. You have the right to stand up against a narcissist. You have the right to say no to a narcissist in your own life who's maybe living close with you. You have the right, at least for now. So that's the poem, and the next podcast, certainly for the channel membership, I'm going to read the book, narrate the book, Weaponized Love Over Time, with a certain amount each week. So again, if you'd like to join the channel membership, the link is in the description. If not, I'm going to see you on the main channel again with more videos. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed that narration of his poem. Thank you.